What is up, everyone? Thank you for clicking on this video. Today we are doing the second official video in the Behind the Band series, and today I'm taking on one of the legends in the 20th century music game, and that is Paul Simon. I hope you're as excited as I am. Let's get into the video. My name is Lucy Claire. I'm so excited to share this video with you. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please click the button below and subscribe for more music and vinyl related content. First things first, as in all of my videos, is our music history fun fact of the week. Today's fun fact is that Eminem's song Rap God off of his album The Marshall Mathers EP2 is officially the song with the most words, clocking in at 1,500 words in a single song. Please feel free to comment your own music history fun facts, and I might just use it in a future video. Now that we've got the music history fun fact for the week out of the way, we can start to learn about the legend that is Paul Simon. I am so pumped for this video, you don't understand. Alright, so now, as is custom in the Behind the Band videos, I will tell you a quick timeline of Paul Simon's music career. I'm really just going to give you the highlights. His career has spanned 6 decades, and so there is so much that I could go into, but I really encourage you to look into Paul Simon on your own if you want more detail. I recommend just playing the This Is Paul Simon playlist on Spotify. His music really runs the gambit. Just go try it out. Let's do his life timeline in under 5 minutes. Here we go. Paul Simon was born on October 13th, 1941 in Newark, New Jersey, and shortly after his parents moved to Queens, New York. Surprisingly, he met Art Garfunkel at age 11 and they began making music at age 13. The first song that Simon ever wrote for himself was a song called The Girl for Me and was a neighborhood hit. In fact, his dad actually wrote the song down, good job dad, and now it is in the Library of Congress as the first ever recorded Simon and Garfunkel song. In 1957, the duo recorded their first actual song called Hey Schoolgirl. Under the name Tom and Jerry, they released the album on their first label, Big Records. In 1964, after a switch of label to Columbia, they released their first actual album, Wednesday Morning 3 a.m., and it was a total flop. After time passed and the radio started to get more and more requests for songs off the album, it blossomed into success and was quickly followed by several albums: Sounds of Silence, Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme, Bookends, and the hugely successful album Bridge Over Troubled Water. Sadly, Simon and Garfunkel split up in 1970, but that meant great things for Paul Simon. He released his first solo album, Paul Simon, in 1972. Next came the album There Goes Rhymin' Simon in 1973, then Still Crazy after all of these years, and after just those few albums, Paul Simon was a critical member of the music community. In 1981, Simon and Garfunkel reunited for an amazing concert in Central Park. There's lots of recordings of it online and I encourage you to watch the full show. I think when I watched it the first time, I literally was crying. It's so emotional. All of his songs have such depth. So please check that out. I may even put some in a box here because I want you to see it. So pretty awesome. In 1985, Simon took the leap and traveled to South Africa to collaborate with some members in the music community there. From this project came his most successful album to date, Graceland. However, his traveling to South Africa sparked a pretty big controversy due to the boycott on travel that was happening in South Africa at the time for activists in South Africa. In 2006, he released the album Surprise with Brian Eno, which was an immediate commercial success, reaching number 14 on the Billboard's Top 100. After a few more releases and projects, Simon announced his retiring from touring in 2018. Since then, he's released his 14th solo album entitled In the Blue Light, which is a reimagining of his past hits. As far as his personal life goes, Simon has been married 3 times. First to Peggy Harper in 1969. With Peggy, he had his first son, Harper Simon, in 1972. Sadly, they divorced in 1975. In fact, the song Trains in the Distance from his album Hearts and Bones is about their relationship. He then married the actress Carrie Fisher in 1983, and they divorced in 1984, and they briefly got back together after their divorce for a number of years, but it didn't really work out and they ended up breaking it off. Last, he married singer Edie Brickell in 1992. The two of them have 3 children, Adrian, Lulu, and Gabriel. If anything, Paul Simon is an award winner. Over his expansive career, he has earned 16 Grammys, yes, 16, 3 albums of the year, and is a 2-time inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. First for his work in Simon & Garfunkel, and then on his own in his solo career. He's also been named one of Time's 100 people that shaped the world, so that's pretty impressive. Additionally, he was ranked number 8 on Rolling Stone's list of the 100 greatest songwriters of all time. That's what we call one impressive career, folks. Now that we've talked about Paul Simon's expansive career over 6 decades, I'm going to talk about his 2 highest ranked songs and then my personal favorite. Tell me in the comments what your favorite Paul Simon song is. I know that there's such a variety, you have so much to choose from. I would be super pumped to know what your favorite Paul Simon song is. For an artist like Paul Simon, it's going to be hard to do, but I know you can do it. So first, let's talk about his 2 biggest hits. The most listened to Paul Simon hit on Spotify is You Can Call Me Al, off the album Graceland. No surprise there, Graceland is his highest selling record, and You Can Call Me Al is a really, really fun tune. It was released on his 1986 album Graceland by Warner Brothers, and the lyrics of the song were inspired while he was on his trip in South Africa. This song is actually based on an interaction that he had at a party with the classical composer Pierre Boulez, who mistakenly called him Al and his wife Peggy at the time Betty. After release, it fared pretty poorly in the US, hitting number 44 on the Billboard chart. However, the album had some kind of self-resurgence and won Album of the Year in 1987. Because of that achievement, the song You Can Call Me Al quickly rose up the charts, hitting number 23 on Billboard in 1987. The song is particularly famous for its video where Chevy Chase plays an array of different instruments while Paul Simon sits next to him. In fact, the video, which hopefully I can show to you here, was one of the first videos released and played continuously on MTV. Paul Simon and Chevy Chase are not a duo that I would think of in my brain, but I'm glad that MTV had enough foreknowledge to know that this was gonna be an awesome video down the line. The second most streamed song on Paul Simon's Spotify is the song Sounds of Silence that was released on his Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. album in 1964 on Columbia Records with Art Garfunkel. I have not yet gotten the chance to get the Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. album myself, but I do have the Sounds of Silence album that was inspired by the success of the Sounds of Silence song. I think this album is fantastic, but hopefully someday I will be able to get my hands on a copy of that Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. album. The song, much like You Can Call Me Al, was a commercial failure. The song steadily climbed its way up the charts and eventually hit number 1 on the Billboard charts in 1966. It also garnered acclaim when it was featured on the soundtrack of the movie The Graduate. The song has no shortage of critical acclaim. In 1999, BMI named the song the 18th most played song in the 20th century. So, objectively, it's just a good song. If you don't like it, lastly, I want to tell you about my most favorite Paul Simon song, and that is the song Graceland, off the album Graceland. Released in 1986 by Warner Brothers Records, Graceland is one of the many hits off of this album. The song deals with the emotional state that Paul Simon was in after his breakup with actress Carrie Fisher. The song won Song of the Year at the 1988 Grammy Awards, which is crazy because it was 2 years after its release. It was the lowest charting song on the world music charts to ever win such an award. That is until Robert Plant and Alison Krauss's song Please Read the Letter, which won the same award in 2009. This song is my personal favorite just because I feel like it's such a great example of Paul Simon's ability to capture emotions. I'll link my Spotify in the description below. I have a playlist called Life's a Ride, and it has all of my favorite driving songs on it, Graceland of course being one of them. It's got songs of all genres and characters, but mostly happy music that I like to listen to when I drive. Whenever you're heading out on the road, grab that playlist and run with it. All right, folks, that brings us to the end of this Behind the Band video, episode 2. This is a series that I take on once a month, so watch out next month to see who comes up on our Behind the Band series. If you have any suggestions for me in this series, please leave a comment in the description asking for an artist. I would be more than happy to take suggestions on this. I'm looking for any genre, any artist, just someone that I can find some information on. Thank you for watching to the end of my video this week. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button below and by hitting the bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. That is it for this week's Behind the Band episode. See you next week.